I'm Gurveen Sandhu, Assistant Professor in Amritsar Group of Colleges. So today we are going to discuss the topic field trip, which is one of the training method. So field trip is basically on the whole on-site experience, on-site training, on-site learning of some particular situation, particular place, particular object. So this is just as a trip where we are going to some location, where we are going to some place, we are going to do the observation over there, we are going to do the in-hand practice, we are going to see the object, we are going to observe the things, and we are going to learn out of it. So it is insight learning of the particular location, situation, or the objects. So let's go to the introduction part. It is the method of an educational tool and is organized for a group to have first-hand information through direct observation about the place, objects. It is defined as an educational procedure by which the students obtain first-hand information by observing places, objects, phenomena, or activities and process in their natural setting to the further learning. So this is basically the natural setting to the learning part where they get the first-hand information. They see the thing, they observe the things, and out of which they are going to have a learning for the same. So this is basically an educational tool kind of thing. So why we are using this field trips? To provide real life situation for the first-hand information. So real information would be out of this. To supplement classrooms instructions to secure definite information for the specific lessons. So whatever is being taught in the classroom, that is being correlated with the field, and both the things would lead to the specific determination of the information. So these things would be correlated and it would be studying upon the things. Next, to serve as a preview of a lesson and for gathering the instruction material. To verify previous information, class discussion, and conclusion of the individual experiments. To serve as a mean of arousing specific interest in the materials, objects, places, or processes. To create teaching situation for cultivating observation, keenness, and discovery. To serve as a mean to develop positive attitude, values, and special skills. So basically the purpose of this would lead to how we are going to use the material, in actual how much material can be used, what objects can be used, where we can place those things, how these teaching things would be cultivated. They would be what is being taught in the class, that is being correlated with the practical thing, the practical environment, that will be correlated. The theories will be used over there. The learning part would be more interesting over there. So to use the positive attitude, values, and the special skill kind of thing, we are going to develop the field trips. So field trip would include the 3 stages. Pre-planning, that is the first stage. Then actual conduct of the trip. When we will move to the trip, we will go to the trip. And last is the evaluation part. So pre-planning, it is done by the teachers and the students who are going over there. So what they will be doing, they will decide on the trip. So a trip is being decided. Know the resources, what resources are all required over there. Obtain administrative sanction from the school and the colleges. Dealing with the organization, obtaining permissions, data, time of visit, know the resources, inform the objectives. So why we are conducting this trip, where this trip will be going, when it will be going, for how much duration it will be. College will give them the permission, resources will be provided to the trip people. Then further arranging of the transport, the means, the mean of the transportation by which they will be going to their trip, time and date, when and at what time. Further, it will, in the pre-planning procedure, it would include prepare the student with the theoretic based teacher plan with the students, formulate the objective. What will be the objective of that field trip? When they will move to the field trip, they will go to the field. So what all things would be covered over there? what are the set objectives that need to be met in this field trip? List down the specific information to be obtained. Formulate questions to be asked to the guide and prepare the guide sheet. If large group, divide and allot the specific jobs to them. So a large group can be divided into 2 or 3 groups as per the easiness and as per the requirement. Brief them the equipment and accessories needed, date and time of transport, actual location, setup, conduct and behavior during the trip, safety to be observed. So we need to take the equipments which are required. Suppose some kind of equipments are required, some kind of machines are required, some kinds of tools are required. So all those things should be carried upon. Actual layout, map layout should be there, where we are going to reach, where we are going to stay, where we are going to do the survey, or where we are going to conduct the trip over there. So, and proper location and proper map should be there of the proper trip. So a layout should be maintained for the same. Now, second stage, actual conduct of the trip. So here we are actually on the trip. Follow the schedule, strictly follow the safety precautions, observe and collect the information needed. And this information should have a correlation with the objectives. Collect sources, study material if provided. Teacher, supervisor and call attention to the pertinent points. So important points should be paid attention upon. Observe formalities and extend conferences. Then point to remember, the trip should follow in an orderly manner. Do not cause disturbance to the organizers. Last is the evaluation phase. It should be done as early as possible. Students should write a report with the observation of the effectiveness of the trip and the difficulties faced. So what they have learned out of that project, what problems have been faced, do they meet the objective, survey was done, a brief report should be maintained by each and every student. Teacher should evaluate that report of every student. Then teacher will prepare an evaluation of that particular trip by specific observation of the students and maintain the report for the same. And conduct of the discussion with the student. Was it enjoyable? Was it helpful? Was it learning one? It has met the objective. What were the set objective? So it was providing with the proper knowledge, proper information. So the overall discussion should be done for the same. Now the organization and procedure for the field trip. First is the knowledge. So knowledge, specific knowledge was being carried out, was being provided over there. It was planned, the trip was knowledgeable or not. Then report, the teacher should establish and maintain a cordial relationship with the in charge of the situation where to visit. Then they should know what kind of area it is. Objective, they should be clearly and competently. It should be very much clarified. The activity should be mentioned, the objective should be clear. Time and transportation, the proper time should be there, right? Proper time, in which season they are going, place of meeting, what will be the length of the visit. So each and everything should be mentioned. And yes, the means of transportation, how they will reach that particular location. Then preparation of the students. So students should be given an opportunity to list the cooperatively the objectives of the trip in the plan. So the direction should be provided, the observation should be done and proper follow-up should be there. Supervision, the trip should be supervised very carefully. The teacher should have attention upon the student. They should clearly evaluate the thing. They should maintain a proper report and the students' safety and health should be taken care of. Now the values of the field trip. It is an opportunity. So basically, field trips are conducted for the learning attitudes and the positive value. So the discipline should be there, cooperation should be maintained, proper learning should be there, the communication should be proper over there. So the acquisition of the skills are observation, communication, critical thinking and social skills are to be introduced into this. On-hand side of the information should be collected. Students should develop a better understanding of the factors which are related to particular problem, particular disease, particular situation. So all those things would be taken care of. It should lead to the interest and vitalization of the instructions, thereby motivating the students to work for. There should be a keen observation. It should have a collateral relationship between the subjects of the curriculum. So the theory should be correlated to the field trip where they are working over there. So practical and the practical knowledge and the theoretical knowledge, they should have been correlated. They provide opportunity to consider and to solve the problems arising from the individual and the group participants in a natural social situation. So last is the disadvantages of the field trip. So field trip is very time consuming, first thing. Proper planning is required. Many parties are involved, so there may be a problem also. Various agencies are required over there. Transportation may lead to a problem. Accidents can occur. Since the students are going out of the school or the college premises, it's risky. Safety precautions are essential. So that's all. Thank you very much for patience learning.